Welcome to the Mokala National Park. We are DT Overlanding and this is our very first video. Throw a like and subscribe and stay tuned for some really awesome tips and tricks on camping, birding and wildlife. Mokala is very centrally located, about 80 kilometers southwest of Kimberley. For us, it was about a 2.5-hour drive from Bloemfontein. Mokala is the newest sun park and was proclaimed in June 2007. The word Mokala is the Setswana name for camelthorn or kameeldoring as we know it in Afrikaans. This Mokala tree is a slow-growing tree and can grow up to 20 meters high. It's currently on the red list of South African plants, mainly because of unsustainable harvesting and habitat loss. Currently, it isn't highly threatened, but you need a permit if you want to remove, sell or transport wood from this tree. So let's chat about the campsite. There are only 6 stands and when you arrive, a stand will be allocated to you on a first-come, first-served basis. Included in your stand is your own private ablution, small kitchen area with a gas fridge, gas cooker top, solar geyser and a wash-up area. You also get a braai, a picnic table and a lovely view of the watering hole. The park rangers will clean the bathrooms and braais on a daily basis. Please remember there are a lot of monkeys, so please do not leave food lying about. Remember, you need to be inside the campsite by 6 p.m. and out of respect for everyone, quiet time kicks in about 10 p.m. The campground is definitely a DT favorite. Okay, so let's talk about the animals in Mokala. Here we have a male giraffe that came for a sip of water. It was so interesting to see and I actually felt sorry for him, as I can see he really struggles to bend down to drink some water. We saw a couple of man-made above-ground ponds and I definitely think the park specifically put them there for the giraffes. Looks like this guy rather wanted to follow in the footsteps of the ancient giraffes that came before him. Mokala is one of the few places in South Africa where tsessebe can be spotted. Commonly confused with the rooi hartebees, the tsessebe is a more slender and brownish antelope. Their horns have an outward curve and they are pointed slightly forward, whereas the rooi hartebees have a more heart-shaped horn. In this video, you can see a male tsessebe rubbing his horns in the mud. They actually do this to mark their territory and impress the ladies. Another reason for doing this could also be to cool down and keep all the insects away. This was probably my favorite animal to see in Mokala. Mokala is one of the few places in the world where you can see 2 different species of rhinos. This is a southern white rhinoceros, the second largest land mammal in the world. Despite the name, the term white comes from a mistranslation of the Dutch word wit, meaning wide, and it actually refers to their broad square mouth and lips. Weighing more than 2 tons, this is the largest of the rhino species. Sadly, these amazing animals with their keratin horns have become a big target for those nasty poachers. On our Instagram, you'll find a great post on tips to conserve our rhinos. I have copied the link in the description for you to check out. Today, Only 2 northern white rhinos remain, both female, and they are under constant guard. But there is hope, luckily. The southern white rhino has been brought back from fewer than 100 animals to over 20,000, all thanks to hard work and decades of protection. We are so privileged to have seen these amazing animals roaming the grasslands of the Mokala National Park. For the last part of this video, I want to talk about my favorite new hobby, birding. I got into birding in March of this year, which was bad timing on my part as most of the birds started to leave to migrate for the winter. Luckily, most of our birds have returned back and Mokala was my first real birding expedition. In total, for the weekend, I was able to spot and photograph 28 new bird species. I'm using a Nikon P1000 and I'm also still learning all the tools of the trade. Please feel free to share any tips and tricks you have in the comment section down below. The yellow-billed hornbill was really cool to see in person. In the park, they are practically everywhere, and with their large yellow beaks, they are so easy to spot. Hornbills are known for their curiosity and their problem-solving skills. Interestingly, in breeding season, the female would seal herself inside of a tree cavity using mud, and she will only leave a small narrow slit for the male to pass food through. We really loved watching this bird eating this grasshopper. So guys, this brings us to the end of our very first video. If you enjoyed watching, please like and subscribe and come back for the second video to find out what DT stands for.